nice and easy does it. Nice and easy does it. Nice and easy does it every time.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It is 8:25 p.m. here, Central Standard Time, and welcome once again to another episode of Spotlight Stories. And tonight it is very exciting because I have with me two of two members or two business partners from our global community, and they're here to share their journey and of course a little bit about their background, their career, their favorite things in the world and everything else in between. And so without further ado, please help me welcome Nesson from Illinois and Pa from Minnesota. How are you, girls? How are you?
Thank you. We're good.
Good.
How are you?
Hi.
Yes. How's Nesson is from Illinois, so I kind of like know that we're having some crazy weather here.
Not in my end, sis. I'm down in Rockford area. We don't have anything here except for the really cold weather. I'm thankful because I don't want driving in the snow. So yeah, but I heard some part are really have a
Yeah.
lot of ice and snow.
Well, we didn't have really like really bad snow the other day. It's just like kind of like a little drizzle. Or
Mm,
do you call it drizzle? But anyway, yeah, so it wasn't that bad, but I know that some areas in the East Coast they had the real thing.
this is
I
yeah.
think, yeah. How about in Minnesota?
No snow, so fingers crossed that it stays
Yeah.
that way. Yeah, just the
Oh,
cold.
just a cold. But you also get like bad winter, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, we usually do, but this year we've been lucky again. So, not a lot of snow. Just this week, it's just been a cold front for us.
Okay.
Wow. I'm
Same.
so
Hmm.
excited to have you here on Spotlight Stories. By the way, but Spotlight Stories is a product of a 90 days success challenge also, because I
Mm,
started this business in March, end of March, going to April of 2022. And so I've been doing my business and I love it since day one up to this minute. But on the first 2 years, I wasn't really doing any go live because I was so afraid to talk in front of the public or, in front of the camera. I feel like, oh my gosh, like I wouldn't know what to talk about. So I was so scared until our team decided to, okay, let's hop on to this 90 Day Success Challenge. And we had to go live, right?
mm-hmm.
So that was it. And then I started interviewing people, business partners. And then one day I found myself giving it a title, Spotlight Stories. So here we are. And I'm so glad to have you. So anyway, okay, before further, um, conversations with you ladies, who wants to do a little introduction of or background?
I
Oh,
can go first.
okay.
Okay. Well, I am Pania. I am from Minnesota, from the cold, cold weather. I am a mom to three boys. I am a wife. I am a an admin coordinator by profession. I am also a business mentor and a digital business owner. And I've been in the business for 2 years.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. What do you do for a living? I'm sorry.
I'm an admin coordinator.
A coordinator.
Yeah, admin coordinator.
Oh,
Admin.
admin coordinator. I'm sorry. Sometimes my, like I couldn't hear much. I don't know, something's wrong with my ear sometimes, but I'm sorry about that. So admin coordinator. So you work in like the medical or healthcare or something
I
or
work in education. So I work
oh,
with,
edge.
yep, in early education for 0 to 8.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So you also work with as an admin coordinator, so you don't have like interaction with the children, but you see them all the time.
Actually, with my program, no, we don't see them. We actually service our community. So the Hmong community is who I work specifically with, because um, our community, we don't really focus around early education. So that is
Mhm.
something that we are trying to get across to our community so that they can get a better understanding about it is important, to start teaching your kids young at a very young age and kind of help them with the education along the line of, like what they need to do to help them developmentally and stuff.
Wow, that's
Mhm.
amazing. How about you, Nesson? I like your name, by the way.
Thank you. It's
Nesson.
a combination of my mom and my dad's name, Nestor and Susan. So so by the way, I'm Nessan, and of course I am also a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a full-time physical therapist assistant, and we've been in Illinois for 18 years. I have one son. He's born here, of course, and from the Philippines. And yeah, now I'm a digital business owner, and I'm liking it. Right, this is just amazing finding this community.
Yes, it is super, super amazing. So, in fact, we really haven't met each other in person. We just met inside our global community, and here we are having this little conversation and trying to, like share our journeys in digital business. So, Pa, Panya, how did you get into the digital business?
Um, my sister is actually in here. So she talked about it to me when she started, and then I decided that it wasn't for me. So a couple years later, I my little family was growing, so I was like, okay, I had recently decided that if I wanted to have more kids, that means I need to be more financially stable, right? Because we know the economy nowadays, it doesn't equal up with our pay and
Yeah,
being able to yeah, live in the middle income and still be able to survive, right, with 3 kids or 2 kids. So that's how I decided to make a change, and I was like, okay, I'll start here and see where it goes, and here I am 2 years later.
Oh, so it was your sister who came in first.
Yep,
So she's still in the business.
she sure is. She's still in the
Wow.
business, 5 years going, and
yeah,
she's actually my coach.
Oh,
that's
that's very
nice.
good. So
Yeah.
she came here, or she came in 3 years before you.
Yes, 3 years before me.
Wow. Isn't it so funny because they say that excuse me, it's actually we don't really get too much support from our family and friends. Like we the family and friends are not really the ones that will believe in us or something like that. So see, it
Mhm.
took you 3 years before you jumped in.
Yep,
But we are
that's right.
glad that you are already here, and I'm sure she was too. So how about you, Nesson?
My story, how did I end up being a business owner, was I saw this ad. Um, I saw the ad one time, and I actually register. I put my name on this person, but I didn't continue. So I kind of ignored the first ad that I saw because I was like, it's who would have thought at that time.
Mhm.
So then another time, an ad again came through to my Facebook feed. I was like, it's like similar ad that I saw before. I think it was 6 months ago. I saw the ad, but it's a different ad from a different mentor, business owner. So as I was reading the ad, and it says she's from Illinois, so I'm from Illinois. So like, oh, maybe it's a sign. So I registered. I didn't know what to expect at that time. I don't know what the business is all about. I registered. I watched the complimentary webinar, and from then on, I became a business owner. And I've been in the business for a year and 4 months now, and still here, learning and enjoying the journey together with the rest of the business partners in our global community.
Wow, that's so amazing. And as a matter of fact, I'm also very, very glad that Pa is here with us. Uh, on Spotlight Stories tonight because I am Filipino, Nessan is Filipino, and most of the time when we come out on social media, so of course our friends, our viewers are mostly Filipinos, right? So some people are thinking that is this just about the Filipino? Like, are these all just Filipinos like nobody else? So I'm glad that you're here and you're a living testament that our community is global. So would you
Yeah.
like to add more about that, Pa?
Yeah, I am Hmong. My nationality is Hmong. So my parents are from Laos. So it's over there where the Asia side is. So our ancestors did originate from China. So I've never visited there. I've just heard stories about how my parents grew up and how they migrated, and then eventually they fought with Germany, POW, and they migrated to the United States about in the 1980s, or yeah, around the 1980s. So here we are today. So we're Hmong Americans, and yeah, we are, there's not very many of us as business owners on our global community, but we're slowly growing. We're not as big, but then, because in our culture, we prefer to kind of sit in the background and see how others are thriving first before we take that leap on, right? So that's why I'm here today, because I saw my sister grow in the community, and then it's like, oh, I can be just like her. So here I am
That's really
today.
nice. Yes. So see, we are really learning a lot. So today we learned that you are kind of like from Laos or something like
Yep.
that. That's your country, right? The
Well,
monk.
no, it's not. The Hmong does not
Sorry.
have a country. No, it's okay. We do not have a country. So we are one of those culture, or what do you say, people who just floats, right? So our ancestors are actually from China. So part of it, you can kind of say we are part of China, but history goes far back, and we are still learning ourselves of where we are actually really from, or what our land is really called. So we, as of now, we don't. We kind of say we don't have a land or country to call home.
Oh, that's okay. You are still part of the universe.
Thank you.
Anyway, and it's so funny because you mentioned something about your culture is somewhat like like the laid back, like okay, you go first and then I'll watch you, something like that. Because the Filipinos are the same thing too, right, Nasan? Like
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
yeah,
We can
they don't
relate.
believe us first. They want to see how we grow in the business first.
Yes.
So would you like to talk more about that, Nasan?
I hope I don't get in trouble because you're right, Fania, because we are similar. We're similar with the like, let's watch them first and see how it goes. So I experienced that because as a business owner, we try to do warm market first, right? We try to do warm market, and none of my friends actually, they're not interested. So I'm thinking maybe, okay, maybe they're just waiting for me to thrive in the business first and test the water and see how it goes. So that's one goal for me actually, is to actually do really well in the business, because it's understandable. This is an online business. It's hard for everybody to believe that it
Mhm.
actually exists. And with this big platform that we have, with this high ticket that we have, it's just amazing that nobody would probably believe until they're actually in the business. So I'm just gonna enjoy the journey right now and let the what we call it, friend sitter, watch us how we grow in the business.
Yes, yes. And it's so sad in a way that like myself, I've been doing this for more than 2 years. And although before, like what I said, I did not do a lot of go live, but I was posting every day and stuff like that. But then some people still think that it's a scam, that they still don't believe that we are real. So, Pa, how was your experience about dealing with, like people who say that this is a scam?
Um, my experience is just what my mentor told me. Just brush it off and just let it go, because you can't let a negative thought or a negative comment get to you. Because if you do, then you kind of just let yourself down, and then you just kind of walk away, right? So
Mhm.
um, when those messages came in is or comments came in, is just delete and move on. So I didn't let them bother me. So I had a good mentor. So she got my back, and didn't have to really deal with those.
Yes. And how about you, Nessen? Aside from skepticism, people talking to you about the business being a scam, other challenges in the business have you encountered?
Mostly similar because again, it's hard for everyone to believe that this business is real. I started going live. I've been in the business for a year and 4 months, but I finally get out of my comfort zone and really take that courage to go live around October, something like that. It's because I want to prove to them, I want to prove to our viewers, to my friends that we are real people. We're not scammers, or we're not,
Mm-hmm.
those just kind of business. So I just have to make sure that I found the supportive community in our little group, in our global community. That supportive community is really helpful. It really helped me change my mindset from I want to stop. I want to kind of stop along the way in the business, but when I found those supportive community, it really uplift everything. So from then on, I just keep going and moving forward. There's still negativity around me, but that's unavoidable. But I want to focus on my goal. My goal is this, and I want to keep pushing forward.
Yes, amazing. And so we are on this program, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, it is just very exciting because we are meeting different, like meeting more and more and more and more business partners from all over the
Yes.
world, and we are learning from each other. So it's really nice. And Pa, so far in your stay, or how many years, 2 years in the business, how have how has it been? Like, you're still working full time right now?
Hmm.
And what are your like immediate goals or something? Like, are you planning to retire early too? Because I am. That's my goal.
Why not? Right?
No, that is the talk. That's actually one of my long term goals. Because I'm one of those where if I retire now, what am I gonna do, right? Because my kids are still young, but they're going to school, so they're slowly going to school, right? So I know I still have two at home with me, so they're keeping me busy while I'm working because I get to work from home. So I love that option, and then I'm still able to be a part of my community at the same time. So right now, I'm just kind of aiming more towards the goal of being able to take more vacation time without having to ask the boss,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
taking more vacation without having to feel like my bank is gonna hurt if I go on vacation for a month, right? If I was just working my full time job and I didn't have my online business to help me on the background. And so that's my goal for 2025, is to travel a little more, without, financially breaking my bank, and just to be able to spend more time at home, without having to be in front of the computer all the time, because our business allows us flexibility, right? And that's something that I've always strived for, along the line of being able to create a career where I can come on the computer for like 5 minutes and then I can be done. So that's kind of where I'm
Yes.
going
Mm-hmm.
towards.
Yes, that's what I truly love about our business, is because we are our own boss. Like,
Hmm.
nobody will tell us that you have to get up around this time and this and that. although we have meetings and we highly encourage everyone to attend to huddles meetings, but you don't have to if you don't have the time, or like, let's say you have other things to do. So
Mhm.
Nessan, what about you? Do you want to retire early too?
It's my long term. I really enjoy being a therapist because being a therapist, it's just very fulfilling for me to give service to my elderly population, our elderly population, to get the quality of life that they deserve, even though they are, and they're kind of older. So I enjoy doing this. Even in the Philippines, I was a therapist there. I mean, I am still, but yeah, I wanna make this business as my long term goal in my life because I still enjoy doing therapy. Although my immediate plan, not immediate, but my short term plan is not to work every weekend
Yeah.
because in healthcare,
Mhm.
Filipinos, we always take those. I think every migrant always take those
Extra
weekend
hours. Yeah.
extra hours that
Mm-hmm.
weekend, because normally I work Monday through Friday, but
Mm-hmm.
if one facility needs me on a weekend, even Saturday or Sunday, I go
Yeah.
as long as I can. So that would probably my main goal right now, 2025, to lessen, if not, that just don't do weekend and focus on my family and focus on this business that we have, because the potential in this business is just tremendous. I every time I
Mm-hmm.
go to our inside our business community and I saw how our business partners thrive and succeed, it's
Mm-hmm.
just, oh my god. So yeah, so right now I'm just focusing to not be working more than what I used to be working before,
Mm-hmm.
and give more time to my family, to myself, of course. And you know um travel, even though it's not the far, going outside the US, within the state, as long as you're
Yes.
with your
Mm-hmm.
family, I would like to do that because, cherishing those moments, especially with my son. He's going to be in college in 3 years.
Oh.
He's
Oh
15
wow.
right now. I'm just counting the day. So
Yes,
we
it's
want to
gonna be
enjoy,
different. Mm-hmm.
yes, we want to enjoy that moment. Me and my husband,
Mm-hmm.
I only have one. Tania said it's expensive. That's why we have we we have only one child because
Yeah.
so it's hard. Let's face it, it's hard, and we want to give them a good future.
Yeah, and you know what? It's gonna benefit you because, like what you said, he's going to college soon,
Mm-hmm.
and by that time, college is very expensive.
Oh yes.
College is very expensive. So I'm not trying to scare Pa. I think her, I think her children are smaller, right? Like younger. How old are they?
My oldest is 7, and then my
Oh my
youngest
god.
is 1.
Okay, so
It's
you
just
are
starting.
very, yeah, you're very smart. You started your business now or 2 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. So by that time, you're already up there on top,
Yes,
Yes.
Um, what do you call this? Enjoying fixed income.
I
Wow.
know.
Oh,
Everybody's
that's
looking for that.
everybody's dream. I know.
Yes.
So how do you go about your business? How do you do that? You have small children, you have a full-time job. Everybody's saying they can't do it because they're busy. So how do you do your digital business on a day-to-day basis?
Time management.
Yes.
So, one thing I love about my current job is that it's flexible, right? So I'm not stuck with the 9 to 5 hours. I have 8 hours a day, so I make sure that I do my full time job, and then when I do breaks in between, I kind of get on my phone very quick and follow up on comments or messages as I need to. But the majority of the time, I do a lot of part time for my online business and nighttime. So when the kids are sleeping, that's when I'm online creating contents and meeting with business partners or doing trainings and stuff like that. So with
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very thankful that my husband is very understanding. So he understands that I have to make time, right, if I want our business to grow. So that's kind of how I run my business. Is I'm a night owl. So that's when I'm getting things done when the kids are sleeping, because when they are still up, I kind of give that window where I'm spending
Mhm.
time with them before they go down for the night and stuff like that.
I'm very glad that your husband is very supportive of your business, because unfortunately some people, wives or some spouses, their partners are not very supportive. How about you, Nestan? When you talked about the business to your spouse, was he already very supportive, or was he like the one that was a little skeptical or something?
When the story was I joined the business, he wasn't here. He's probably watching us live. he wa- he wasn't here. He were a vacation with my son in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, and I wasn't able to go because I just moved to a different facility, so I don't have the vacation time.
Mm-hmm.
So I got bored that time. So I just kept
Okay.
browsing, kept browsing Facebook, and
Oh,
that's
that's
where I
funny.
stumbled the business, right? So I
Oh,
get so engaged, like, this is interesting. So to make the story short, he didn't know that I joined the business.
yes.
He knew it. I was already in the business. So when he came, oh my God, there was a big, how should I say it? We didn't really fight, but he's just very concerned of
Yeah.
what I am doing. Like, he said, there's so many things going on around. Why did she's just very
Mm-hmm.
concerned that I
Yeah.
get in trouble. That's the main thing. I ignored him. I told him, please bear with me. Please just let me just do this. I even told him, just give me this. And I even give him time frame.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say the time frame. Just give me to do the business. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
And he did. And as I go on with the journey, I just noticed he doesn't care anymore. Because
Mm-hmm.
I normally do my business in the basement because it's quiet in my basement. I'm by myself. So he knows after everything I do I do my mom duty, my wife duty, whatever duty I have to do in the house, and I go in the basement. He knows what I'm doing. So he would even tell me, "Oh, you're gonna do your business now, Mama."
Oh,
He's teasing me now, and it feels better for me that he knows that I'm doing this, that he's there, although he's not
mm-hmm.
fully supporting of what I do, but I know he's there already. The good thing with him, he's okay for me to take photos, videos
Mm-hmm.
together with the whole family. He doesn't mind that. So in a way, he is supporting me. He just doesn't want me to be
Yes,
trouble.
yes.
I think that's how
Understandable.
I interpret it because
Mm-hmm.
after a couple of months, he just stopped. He just
Mm-hmm.
stopped asking. So maybe someday,
Yes.
but I'm glad that he's there because if I know that he's not supporting me in a way, I would feel heavy. It's like a burden that I'm doing this when my spouse or my better half is not really that supportive. So
Yes.
I'm thankful.
It is so funny because you said that he went home to the Philippines and he came back. You have a new business. So he should be glad that you did not buy a brand new house or a brand new car while he was away. Right?
I can't afford that.
Like, okay, I got bored. I bought a brand new car,
Oh my
you
god.
know. Oh,
No, but kidding, yeah. It was a decision that I wasn't thinking. I know someday that
mhm.
this whatever we have is going to help me, my family here back home, and other people who are going to be in the future joining our business.
Yeah. So see, sometimes our spouses or our partners are skeptical and they're mad at us, and it's because, like what you said, they're just being protective of us.
Mm-hmm.
But once the blessings come in the mailbox, they kind of like, ooh, this is real. So, Pa, What about the mailbox blessings? Like how we share or show it on Facebook, and sometimes people say that, oh, they are just blank envelopes.
They are
So,
not blank envelopes. They are real. We
Mhm.
see plenty of those, and I don't usually get the mail, so whenever my husband gets the mail, he always go, "Here you go, you got more blessings," you know. So he's on board and he's willingly and he's happy. So he's like, "Okay, here you go, you can just deposit it." So so it saves me the time. He's kind of like my little secretary, right? He helps
I
with
know, right? I know that it's so funny because they become our secretaries, or
yeah.
some even they are designated to like deposit the checks, like all those
Mhm.
mobile deposits. So
Yeah,
funny.
so that's how he helps me in my business is by depositing the checks.
Yeah,
That's a good way.
yeah. So the business, aside from the little blessings that we get every now and then, sometimes it's amazing. Like it's every day they're coming in the mailbox. But then the greatest thing is the fixed income, the legacy that we can leave for our children, and like how we are able to pass this on to our family, to our children when the time comes. Yep.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yes. But so any other would you like to say anything to our viewers right now, the fence sitters who are still watching us, who are still watching me for almost 3 years, in past case for 2 years, Nessan is 1 year. So would you like to say something to them, Pa?
I would just say, it doesn't hurt to dig in, do your research, and ask questions because, we are not mind readers and we can't go around saying, oh, you have a question. Oh, you have a question, right? So we have Facebook, we have a website, we have emails, So feel free to reach out and or just continue sitting and watching us from afar, but we're tracking along and it's better to kind of learn by following us, right? So our lives will hopefully we can lure you in that way, but just don't sit too long on the fence and hop on the train when you are ready.
That's very nice. How about you, Nessan?
Yes, and we have a lot of those people that just observing us, and we do our lives, and the main purpose of that one is to have our viewers see that we are real people, that this business is doable. So, guys, if you're just observing, why not kind of watch our complimentary webinar? It's available to anyone who's willing to learn and willing to take that leap of faith. It's live every Tuesday and Thursdays. We have different
Mhm.
time zones. You can check our websites and register with your name and your valid email address. Guys, 2025 is here, and we always say we have to do something. And we
Yes,
create our own future. We are here. We're going to be able to help you. We're going to be able to guide you. But it's useless if you don't take action. We always want to
correct.
have to take that first initial step. And you can do that by watching the webinar. And from then on, steps to follow. It's up to you. There's no bagging or anything. It's free and it's for everyone.
Yes. And I noticed that you have the book Magic.
Oh, I,
Um,
I always
in
put it.
the
Yeah, I love that book.
Yes. And I think most business owners in our community have read that book. It's in our training site, and it's really
Mhm.
nice. Yes. But anyway, we will acknowledge before we go. Oh, this is a nice episode. It's only 34 minutes we have, but we all have already tackled a lot of things about the business. And we will acknowledge some of our commenters here. Mercy Ziblot. Do you know her, Nessan or Pa?
Yes, she's actually one of my best accountability partner. She's the one among of the one that really pushes me to to not surrender and just keep pushing forward, because
Yes.
this is, you know, the rest is history.
Well, you know, they say that the only time that you lose in this business is when you quit. So we are not quitting at all. We are
Mm-mm.
moving forward. And Divina is one of my mentees, one of my business partners, and Tiffany also. And Coach Kat Chavez, she's so awesome. She's part of our accountability group. We are in group 24.
Mm.
Yay! From Canada. And of course Joseph, and he's our friend from Canada. He's also a business owner. And Rodalyn is one of my business partners, and Dr. Chi. See, Dr. Chi is an foot and ankle surgeon.
Oh.
Yeah, from California. See, we have different people, different walks of life from all over the world, and it's just amazing. Like teachers, nurses, all kinds of healthcare professionals, stay-at-home moms, retired. So it's nice. Anyway, it's really great having you here, and I hope this is not the first time. We will see each
Sure.
other. We are already friends on Facebook, so
Yeah.
our world is actually getting smaller. Somebody said that, oh, the world is getting smaller because of digital business, because we're seeing more and more people, and it's really crazy. Anyway,
Mhm.
thank you, and hope to see you again here on
Yeah.
Spotlight Stories one day.
Right.
Sure.
Thank you.
Bye
Sure. Thank you
bye.
so much for inviting us.
Of
Yeah.
course,
Bye,
thank you.
everyone.
Bye
Bye.
bye.